I'm starting to be like, what do I do with myself? I'm by myself in a bank full of about 50 people and my hand's clamped up. So I'm trying to message Liam like, I think I'm having a stroke.
He goes off in the supermarket and then the mum does the same thing. Has like a tantrum in the supermarket. I've done that. Literally. It works. It actually works. Well, it did on mine. I mean, if it doesn't, you're just going to look very stupid.
Welcome back, everyone.
Back.
I bet you all think that we disappeared off the face of the earth. We're back after
summer, all right?
Yeah. Well, after an unplanned 2-week break,
yes,
we are back. It wasn't planned, but I kind of sent our tech guy to England. Yeah. And then we've been ill, and then the last 2 weeks has kind of just run away with us. But we're back, and to be fair, I think midway through the year, first little break we've had, I think
and it felt ages.
I genuinely feel like I've not seen you for a month.
Yeah, it felt ages, and even not just seeing you, even doing this, our chat. Do you know what I mean?
It's only been 2 weeks, but it
feels so much longer. But also, we've done a lot in them 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, we always seem to do lots in a week. Yeah, but it's been a busy 2 weeks, probably more so than other weeks, which is why we've. It took a while to catch up. Like I said, our last backup support wasn't here, and then we've both been ill. So
last time we see each other, it was pre-Benidorm going out. We were bit anxious, should we say, about having a drink.
Really nervous about going out and drinking for the first proper time.
Yeah, it was a good.
Benidorm was really good.
We did like a bingo thing, didn't we?
Yeah, it was called. Well, I thought it was called Bingo Bongo, but that's I think the English one.
Yeah,
this one was Boom Bingo.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Bingo Boom or something. Which
I didn't win. None of us won.
I know, it was a shame. Really, we didn't get anything. No. But no, it was good. They had we only had a couple games of it, and then people that got the line or the house or whatever, you had to go on stage because there's 2-3 people that all won at the same time, so it's obviously a little bit planned.
Yeah, I thought
then you had to compete a little challenge on stage, put a costume on and dance as the thing in the costume and stuff. So it would have been a right laugh if one of us
had to go up there.
And it would have been one of us because out of 6 of us, 3 people had already said it's not going to be me, I'm not going on stage, and nominated me, you and another friend of ours. So but no, that was
we still went up there in the end, didn't we? We did the conga.
Yeah, we did the Macarena.
And the Macarena and
you did the conga. I went to the bathroom. God.
And the other one, is that what we were doing?
Yeah, it was.
Be my baby.
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
makes me feel like I'm 9 again.
It did have proper campsite vibe where you've got the disco and stuff. But no, it was good. There was some drag people there and music
because it was an early one.
Yes, it kicked off the evening because it was 6 o'clock or something.
6 started, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that's it was a good starter. Yeah. To carry on if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Which we did.
It was fun. We did. We carried on. I think the first place we went to after that was a Little Mix tribute.
Yeah, well, we stopped at McDonald's first because I needed some nuggets.
Well, me and you ate, obviously. So, yeah.
You walk out and it's there, and after a drink, you're like, oh, okay, I'll have that.
Yeah, I'll have that, please. So yeah, me and you ate, which is the longest McDonald's ever. They kept us waiting for ages.
It was quite long in
just for chips and nuggets.
Yeah. I did complain.
You did.
I did.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
yeah, no, but
starting
nice.
already.
It was nice.
Yeah. So we had McDonald's. Then we went to the Little Mix tribute.
Yeah. There was 2. There was 2 of them.
Yeah,
but I have to say,
one of them was sick though. I thought, how could you have a Little Mix tribute with only 2 of you? But they did say that one was sick. I have to say,
they were good singers.
Yeah,
I think. They were singing. I wasn't that drunk though.
Yeah, no, they were singing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think now.
Yeah, no, they
just made this thing up.
They were singing, and they had dance routine as well, and they got changed and had different outfits. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that annoyed me was they didn't sing it like them. You're a tribute band.
They sang it like them.
They sung it their own way, which if you want to be your own singer, be your own singer. But if you're doing a tribute and you're dressed like them and you're trying to imitate them, especially when they're popular songs, you know, when you listen to a cover version and it's
it's a bit the only one I can think of right now is it a Ronan Keating when he's no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to sing like that. You can't be no matter what I tell you. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't have the same effect, does it?
Yeah, you've got to do the voice. as they do it. Like, don't change and do riffs or these weird singy things. But no, they were good singers.
They were.
And that was good to watch.
It was a good stop off.
It was a good stop. Have a couple drinks. Yeah. And then we went on. Did we go straight to that last bar? We were in basically one bar all night.
Yeah, we did. I think we stopped at a shop at some point. I don't know why. Because nothing's that far from each other, so...
We got a drink on the way, didn't we?
I don't really know why we did that.
We stopped for a drink on the way to a bar.
When everything's very, very good.
Yeah, it only takes a 5-minute walk to get there. And then we went to, what was that place called? Morgan's?
Yes.
Which was...
it
was quite packed.
Initially, I was a bit...
The first... Yeah, when we went in and walked up to the bar, I was like, this is too busy for me. I'm not going to be comfortable here. We've got no table. We've got no, like, corner, no space.
And I feel like something's going to start.
Yeah, well, there's just everyone's on top of you. And, we weren't that drunk at that point. So
no.
It's like, all it takes is for someone to, like, keep bumping into you and it'll piss you off.
At first, I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to stay here.
But then we ended up getting a little bit of a space and some good songs come on. And we just stayed, which was good.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Long walk home up the hill.
God, yeah, we were like up a proper incline of a hill, and I was trying to eat my KFC as I was walking.
Oh, yeah,
like,
we all wasn't. I forgot we got
KFC. We got KFC the minute the door was closing. They must have hated us.
It was a very. We made cook for us. It was closing.
Yeah, it was literally like 1 minute too, and I was like, "Oh, are they not closed?" And then I think Em was like, "We got 3 minutes or something," and I was like, "Okay." So
this is done.
Yeah, so we went in and then all ordered meals like. Have to stay open for another 15 minutes.
It's a very clean KFC, to be fair.
Well, I mean, I was ready for a kebab, but then the general consensus was a KFC, which I like KFC anyway. So, but trying to eat and walk up a steep hill is not very easy.
No.
I did start my meal actually in KFC while everyone was waiting.
Then we got kicked out. We did have to leave.
And then when the final meals and it, we all had our stuff. So I think I ate like bits of it and then I had my burger up the hill.
And then the next day here and I was dreadful.
Yes, because you actually let loose, to be fair.
I did.
Normally it's me the one that's like more drunk than everyone and
I think that surprised you all. So you're like, oh shit, I need to watch what I'm doing now because
I actually did slow down a bit. Like,
she's not slowing down.
Yeah, I don't know. There was plenty of us, so it's not if you're out with just one or two of you and one of you's really drunk, you've got to be the one that's responsible. It wasn't like that, but I just naturally, I don't know if it's because we weren't like near home, and I think just naturally I didn't get to that level. You did.
I did.
Which was nice because like I said to you that like it's been a long time since I've seen you really just let loose.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun.
Like normally I don't even notice you tipsy.
No,
so
but I was.
I was
yeah. But nice, not like
you weren't falling over, you weren't drunk, no, but you were definitely tipsy. Like you could see that you was having fun.
Yeah, but just the next day I was dreadful when we went.
I thought I was going to be hanging.
Yeah. You're usually the one that suffers quite bad.
Because I'm normally drinking too much. Doesn't know when to stop when I'm having a good time. But normally it gets me that night. But like, I think because we'd ate on the way and then I'd ate before going to bed, which really helps. And like, I was going to say I steadily drank, but I drank quite a few different things as well, and that's normally not great. I was on Southern Comfort. I think I had beer, maybe even a cocktail. I had mojito, so I changed my drink quite a bit. But I was
and some shots. I think we had some shots.
You ordered shots.
I do that.
Yeah, I normally do that as well. When you're like,
does anybody else do that? You know, when you're loving life. I have shots.
Yeah, and then the next day, who ordered shots?
Yeah.
No, well, we're similar like that. When it's like everyone's at that like fun bit, I just that's when I just don't know when to stop, and then it hits me too hard. But luckily it didn't. And the next day I actually was okay. I was tired. I was groggy. Like I knew I'd drank the night.
Yeah, you thinking you're going to get your full night.
But I thought I was going to be really ill. And you know when you're like, oh, and we had an hour drive home, so I was like, oh my god. But you were feeling rough.
Bad. I haven't been like that for a while, but. You know, when you think, I don't know how I'm going to get in the car and go home, I'll just sit here. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't even sit there. I literally couldn't even sit anywhere, could I? I just literally was in the toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it makes me feel awful now. But miraculously, I don't know how, but I got in that car, which I wasn't driving, obviously, because I definitely couldn't drive anybody home.
No.
I got in the car and it just kind of, which I'm surprised because that was the bit I was dreading, because car drives anyway, especially in the back and just generally, obviously. And it just disappeared. It was just like, oh.
I thought, and you pulled up behind us as we like nearly got home, and I just thought you'd be like dead in the car asleep, and I could see you waving. I was like, wow, she's alive.
Yeah. It was
she's alive.
weird, so weird. Yes, I got home and all of you had like a little siesta or whatever, or a chill.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a siesta. I just carried on, and then that messed me up, obviously. But yeah, I was fine. You know, not like I was in the morning because.
Well, you probably had nothing left.
If I was like that for the rest of the day, I don't think I would never go out in my life again. That would completely put me off. But now I feel like I'm what's the word, like untouchable.
Unaffected, unbothered. Let's do it again. Well, we've got birthdays next month, so
we need to.
That'll probably be the next time now, because we'll meet up. We'll do things with the kids through the summer.
No, but to have
a planned night out,
a bit wildish.
It will be birthdays.
Yeah, it's not long.
No, well, we're already like mid July.
Yeah, so that's the next one.
Yeah. So obviously, what else we got up to? Like I said, we'd sent our backup support tech genius to England.
For anything in particular, did he have a?
No, so it
usually
was
a wedding or a funeral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Someone said that to me the other day, actually. Like, we only go back for either happy or sad occasions. But no, it was just kind of unplanned last minute. Obviously, we were coming into the start of summer, like
that brings
like no routine or like having the kids and all of that. And I just saw cheap flights, so I called his friend in England because he's got friends here, but I'd say like his close mates, which is like us in England.
Yeah.
So you know,
it's different.
Like
you
need that like checkpoint catch up and like let off steam kind of thing. And you know, when you feel like you need it and you have that like catch up with your friends, like it's great.
You're ready again, aren't you?
Yeah, it gives you energy. Feels So no, not that anything was wrong, but I think obviously being back at work, Liam's been doing the majority of the childcare in the day, and Hayden is full on.
Well, that's
and
it, isn't it? We talk about mums, us being drained and tired and this and that, but well, I know for me and you and a lot of others actually, and it's becoming more common in a way that they are doing a lot of, say, our roles. I don't mean it like that, but you know,
the traditional roles have changed. So whereas people think like, oh, mums need a break because generally the traditional way is everything was on their shoulders. Well, we split a lot of it. Yeah. But obviously he's took the brunt of the childcare because I've been doing, obviously being back at work and working. So I just thought it'd be nice to.
And we take our breaks, whether that's us going to Benidorm or
that's it. We had a thing in Benidorm.
Yeah.
You know, we do our podcast. Because we have random dinners and stuff. And I just thought, like, Liam hasn't really had anything fun to do for himself or to look forward to. So, I just called his friend and he's like, yeah. Well, first of all, I was like, can I fly you here? And then he was like, I've got these stuff going on. What about if he comes to me? And I was like, actually, that's probably better because if he's here, then it's going to be like, we're still all around, still having to pitch in and stuff. So I was like, actually, that'll do better. And then because I've got long weekends, I was like, I'll send him to you Thursday after work. And then, then he can stay till, I think he done like Thursday till Saturday.
Yeah, nice.
So 2 nights away, 3 days. It was nice for him to just have a break. Yeah. Do something fun, go out with his friends. They had some nice Jamaican food, which I'm so jealous about. There's a really nice like lunches place in Portsmouth that's like more lunchtime things, like shack vibes, but like proper food. They went, I think, twice. So I'm so jealous. So they go for food, they go to the casino, hang out with their friends, and there's like 2 of them in England. And just after I booked that, because we were thinking about going to England in August anyway, just to see my mum and dad. And then one of his friends announced he's getting married in August. So then I was like, right, okay, so that's nice. You can obviously catch up with him. Yeah. Do your boys thing. And then the week that I was looking at going anyway, now we definitely have to go because there's a wedding. So we booked that.
Oh, nice.
It's nice that he obviously went and had fun when I was solo parenting.
How was that?
Yeah, all right, actually. Yeah. I thought, obviously with the heat and stuff, it's like, oh, what shall I do with them? But in the end, I think Thursday, like I worked and then we went Mercadona, like took them out the house for just a little bit, grabbed some bits. I was like, I'm going to cook. I did actually cook, to be fair, yeah. I made a chili con carne, actually.
Wow.
Which is, a little bit out there for me.
And that I wouldn't have been bothered to do that. I know it sounds stupid, we just
Well, I didn't think I would be, but then, you know, when you just have like a burst of energy for 5 minutes and I got the stuff and and then I was like, I've just got to do it like the next day. So I think one day we just went there. Then the next day, what did I do within the next day? I think we went to the boulevard. Yeah, I did. I took him to the boulevard. He found like a Lego set thing that he wanted. We walked around because the sales were on. So I tried on a few dresses for the wedding and stuff. So yeah, we just mooched about really for an hour or two, got out of the house. And then the last day, I went round Liam's mum and dad's to go swimming. Took the kids there for somewhere different.
Yeah,
for a bit. Different scenery. Yeah. So I did actually take them out by myself every day while he wasn't here.
I don't know what the word is, but you know, like I don't mean, oh, good, like well done, you took your own kids out. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. What I mean is when you're, well, we're the same. You've got your things that you do.
Yeah.
And it's not that you can't do them all by yourself, but obviously you're a team. So you have your own things to do. So when that person's not there, who's not doing them bits, and you're kind of that's what, you know, like it's sometimes it's not that you can't do, it's just I need to get used to doing it again. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because they're not.
Yeah, because you, like you say, with us, we just naturally fall into they're your jobs, they're my jobs. These are the things we do together. And like I say, we never really like assigned it, we just kind of fell into it. And then we've been together that long, we just get on with it. But then, I was like, right, so I need to prep dinner, make dinner, do the dishwasher. I don't normally do those things, and watch the kids at the same time, which, like you say, when there's two of you, it's a lot easier. So, like, obviously, hats off to all single parents out there, because
I get that.
Like, when the kids are little,
what I'm saying about roles now. I don't know what that's the right word to use, but especially now at homes, you know, tradition is not at home. You know what I mean? We've made out our own way. Do you know what I mean? Of what suits and how it is, and we are a team.
Yeah.
So I'll do the shopping, Mitch does the shopping. I'll do the washing, Mitch does the washing.
Yeah, and we like tag team, right? So that you take Kason to bed, I'll take Kaden to bed.
Yeah.
you do bath time, I'll make the dinner. Like,
we used to do that. When there was in we used to say goodnight to them, and then we'd cross over to say goodnight to them. That's it, done.
Yeah, we normally like do one each. And take them to bed and stuff. So it was fine. Like I say, it's you know, the
shorts are a bit short. Sorry, I see.
The age gap's easy, so it's like it's not like I'm dealing with two little kids.
No, but I just mean that change. It
is obviously more tiring because
I don't like the night times because I'm not used to being on my own. That's the bit that I don't like.
I don't like. To be fair, I like locked the house up. I think I left the hallway light on. You know, like little things that
I have to have Mason at home. Go stay out, please. Not that eating my bloody hair. Not that he'd do anything. He doesn't hear anything, an alarm or anything, so he wouldn't be able to say.
And even if someone came in, you're not going to let Mason defend you. You would be like, get back, you know, I'm the mum. But no.
As he towers over me.
Yeah, he'd be better off. But, you know, natural mum instincts, you probably jump in the way anyway. So it's not even like he would help.
Unless it was a cockroach.
Yeah, give me a man and I'll take him out. But if it's a cockroach, Mason, help me.
Anybody help me? I'd leave Lexi and go and do it. I don't even care. Just not me. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so, but no, that was fine. And then obviously that was the main weekend that we had a break because Liam wasn't here, and although we're the faces of the podcast,
then it was
we do nothing else with this podcast. No. It's literally he sets everything up, he records it. We literally sit down.
We don't even know how to turn it off.
I think the only thing I know how to do now is click stop when it's finished, and that's it. So we couldn't record that week, and then you went to England.
Yes, I did. I went to England because Mason is turning 18. Shit.
Next week.
Yes. So my boy is going to be 18, which is weird.
Crazy. He's an official adult.
Yeah. Yes. But very proud of him. So we went to England because for part of his birthday present, we got him tickets to see 50 Cent. That was really good.
And it was nice because it was just you, Mitch and him.
Yes.
So obviously when you've got multiple kids, it's hard to have the time with
he's the eldest.
one-on-one.
So I feel like I haven't had time with Mason. Well, saying that, probably when we was a bit younger, trying to make that time when you've got younger children. But it wouldn't have been the three of us. It would have been maybe me and him, and then Mitch and him.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? To
because
make
you have
him
to
have that attention.
Kids,
yeah, exactly. So there's not been much of the three of us. So that was really, really nice. We had a really good time. 50 Cent was brilliant, like amazing. And it was good because I feel like 50 Cent's relevant for so, you know, he's still relevant there, here, you know, like 20 years ago he did a concert and all them, I don't know, 40-year-olds went, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's the same music now that my 18-year-old.
Well, how rare is it that you've gone with your kid to a concert, but you're both fans of the person?
And we know all the songs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was because his music's just stayed, you know, relevant to every age and everyone in a way. So yeah, that was really cool. And he was good live because you never know. Yeah. It could have ruined how I felt about him, I think.
Yeah,
you know
totally.
What I mean?
Because people, like, it's not just singing your songs. Like, one, it's doing it live, which, like you say, you're in a studio booth. Like, singing live is very, very different.
And it's like, and he raps and things, doesn't he? So
yeah,
it can come out
to perform. You have to like capture the audience. Like, I remember my mum went through a stage when we lived in England, taking Shawnee when she was a teenager to a couple of concerts. And like, for example, she went to Justin Bieber and she went to One Direction. She said One Direction was shit compared to Justin Bieber because he was a performer. He controlled the stage.
One person.
He captured you. Like, One Direction were okay. Yeah. But she said, like, and for her, she's not a fan, obviously, of either of them. But like, she said, like, you just were entranced and he captured you in, like, the stage presence and all of that.
It was. And the way I don't know what you'd call it, like the animations and all the theatre-y stuff with that. And then
the production.
That's it, production. And like, even the dancers, I have to say, the dancers, not just for this concert, but I went to, even Rod Stewart, I went to see with my mum last year. That was good, actually. But the dancers are such a big part of these concerts now. They are so much a part of the show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When they're doing their, because obviously sometimes most of them they go off, don't they? And then they're doing their performance. You know what I mean? And that could lose, you know, your attention in a way, but they don't. They keep it on them all the time. You're just waiting for obviously the person
if they're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I have to say they were good, very good. That was good. And then we were literally only there for 2 nights, so that was that. And then I managed to see one of our best friends, which I haven't seen in, I can't tell you when, but it wasn't planned. So what was nice...
Well, it would have been since Tammy's wedding, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean?
So
which is
September.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that's quite close, to be fair.
That's quite close considering, like, she's in England. Yeah. So before that, it would have been years.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was just nice because it wasn't planned either.
Yeah.
So...
But you're not there long to plan.
No, and I know it sounds silly. It was Mason's weekend.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to make the most of that too.
Yeah.
So basically we flew into one airport and we were flying out of the other, and we were flying out of Southend. So Mitch had mentioned that he used to go there a lot as a kid and he had these different memories and whatever. And because we had a late flight, I'd said, well, why don't we go there for the day then and fly? Because it was all very close to each other compared to like other parts of London and all that, you know what I mean? It was all very close, the airport and what we wanted to do. So then, my friend just said, well, I'll take you there if you want. It'll, you know, it's literally down the road. I can drive you there. So she spent a bit of time with us, brought her son, so he see Mason. That was nice. They went off in the arcade. Mitch had a little walk down memory lane. Yeah, he was literally sending pictures to his mum and dad, like, oh, when we did this and when we did this. He felt like it was exactly the same, which was nice because so many places we go back to, and I don't mean they're ruined. I don't mean that, but
and I don't think our kids have that. Because your kids might, because you go camping and you've got that
maybe
routine.
For them bits, but that regular.
But I don't go to the same place with my kids.
Exactly.
Whereas I feel like
we go here every summer, or we go here every kind of.
Whereas
Christmas.
I feel like, you know, I had holidays going to different places, but then we also had a couple little, like, you know,
caravan ones, for example.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That have the memories, and that it is the caravan parks really that comes back, and it's the same place that we went to again and again. Yeah. But I don't feel like our kids will have that. So it's nice that
we went. Then because our flight was quite late, when my friend had gone home and whatever, then we did it together. So we went into the arcades and literally like 2 penny machines. Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. Like walking along the beach, there was oh god, it's cool. I'm not very good because obviously I didn't go there because I don't live anywhere near. it's called Adventure Island, is it? I don't know, something like this. I could be completely wrong. Like the fair thing that's there. Walked around the town. Mason treated himself to a ring for his birthday. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Nice one too, actually. But we was in like a jeweller's that had, one of them was like a pawn broker, is it called, as well?
Yeah.
So they had like all the old jewellery we used to wear. You know, like ragdoll and clown and your earrings with the balls. And
I thought I was so
do you know, like
cool
all of what we used to wear? And it literally just bought
gold.
Yeah.
Like antique-y looking one with the the
exactly.
ragdoll.
I nearly bought some for Lexi, I'm not going to lie. You know what we would have as a kid once?
Yeah.
I nearly very bought them and I was like...
They are very pretty.
I need her to try them. I don't not try them on, but I need to see her to see if that... You know, like the low bit, if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it really just brought me back to, oh my God, we were walking with loads of money on us.
And like solitaire, rings...
full sovereign necklaces.
Sovereign,
rings,
not solitaire.
Everything.
Card game. But what did you say? Sovereign.
How old are we now?
Rings. I know. I was like, that's not quite the right word, is it? Yeah.
Sovereigns. Yeah. I had a big
lady sovereign.
Yeah. Just everything. So it just brought all that back as well. Looking in the shop and realising what we used to walk around with, one of us. Like, not appreciating what we had, by the way. You know, like literally. Yeah. So that was nice. Then we got delayed, which was long. Not too. It wasn't even hours and hours compared to some that I've heard over the.
Well, even in the last week, there's
or
been
whatever
so many delays.
Yeah.
Like even your sister-in-law in the airport.
9 hours.
9 hours
That's
one way, and
ridiculous.
Then
a few hours coming back. Exactly. So we weren't too bad. It was just
Liam
the time
wasn't,
for me.
and when I went to Majorca, I wasn't as well. But
it was just the time. So
because you had a late flight.
That was
anyway.
the one, I think.
Nothing worse.
It was a long day
after a late flight.
Exactly. I didn't get back till 4 in the morning, so that was long. Next day it killed me. I'm not very good with stuff like that, I've got to admit. Even just flying alone sometimes makes me feel a bit
Oh, I like it.
Do you know, like, it just makes me feel like I don't know, just makes me feel just not ill. I don't mean ill, but I just feel drained. And I've only just been on a couple of
traveling is really tiring. Like even Majorca, it's a 50-minute flight. Like it's really not far. But
we drive longer to go.
Well, it is. It's literally, it takes me an hour to get to the airport. Then I'm in the airport for an hour. Then I fly for 50 minutes. Then I get there. But yeah, it just
gives me that feeling.
It's just tiring. Yeah, it does kind of add up.
Yeah, but that was that. And then and then Sunday I wasn't very well. The kids had gone to the polar park. I was in the car on the way going with them and everything. And then Mitch was like, "You're right." I was like, "No, I need to go home."
Yeah, because you had nausea for a couple of days.
Yeah, so that was that day I got back-ish. I think it might have started when I was away, but it wasn't really anything because I didn't take my tablets in my belly that helped me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was that, to be honest. And then it just got worse and worse. And then I was actually sick. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes just feeling sick's worse. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Very rarely am I actually sick. Is normally the feeling. But yeah, I have the 2 worst sickness bugs that I've ever had in my life where it's just constant and like you can't stop yourself was when I was pregnant with Kaysen and when I was pregnant with Hayden.
Oh, so it's pregnancy then?
Well,
or
I never had
in the beginning, just once.
I never had morning sickness or anything.
It's like you get it all out in one.
No, that's a lie. I did because I even remember buying bands trying to stop the nausea. I had nausea from being pregnant,
but
this was a sickness bug like 24 hours when I was very early pregnant with Kaysen. I remember thinking like, I must have been like 8 weeks pregnant or something, and thinking if this is morning sickness, kill me now. Yeah. And if it's not, I'm surprised if the baby's still alive. Like,
you can't feed off anything. I've got to think.
Literally, I actually went to the hospital and they were like, you shouldn't really come here being like pregnant. And I'm like, well, I'm dying, so help me. And then the second time it was a really bad bug that I had when I was pregnant with Hayden, but I was a bit bigger. I think I was about 6 months pregnant. No, I wasn't. I must have been 7 months because I remember getting a fit to fly certificate because I was going to go back to England for Liam's auntie's funeral, and then all that night I was throwing up, so I didn't go. But yeah, no, I was actually sick as well last week.
Yeah, but you had like a...
I reckon I had COVID again.
Yeah, like a COVID.
Because about 2 weeks before, my sister was really ill.
Yeah.
And we'd seen her the day before she got ill.
But like achiness, like you say. And
so she actually tested and it was COVID. I obviously don't bother testing or anything anymore. So I went to bed. I had a sore throat, like, you know, like dry, a bit swollen, like just uncomfortable. So I went to bed.
Which can be normal at this time of the year with the air.
Yeah, exactly. And we've gone from like using it a bit to like using it all day, every day because it's bloody hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to bed with a sore throat, woke up like, I really don't feel great. I had a couple work meetings and then in the day I was going to I had an appointment for Kayson's residency thing. Hayden's residency thing.
Not just me, but my kids.
One of them. Yeah, and then I just felt, and normally I'm quite good. Normally I can suck it up and I can work, but I was like,
I can't do
I actually can't work through this. Like, I feel really bad. So I ended up calling in sick to work, which is very rare for me. But yeah, it just went downhill. We got back from that appointment, stopped at my mum and dad's on the way past because Liam's been looking after their pool while they're not here. And I was sat there and I was just, you know, when you just don't know what to do with yourself because you're like, I really don't feel good.
You don't know if you're going to be sick, faint.
That's exactly how I felt. Yeah. And then Shawnee was telling, like, yeah, that sounds exactly like what I had. Starts with a sore throat, then you feel ill. And then it was like my body was hurting. So I was feeling dizzy, nauseous, like on the verge of throwing up, and also like I feel quite lightheaded.
Yeah. Well, this is why you're sitting in the car as well.
Well, yeah, we were at my mum's for like 20 minutes. I ended up saying to Liam, and again, I'm normally all right with doing it. I was like, we need to leave. Like, we need to go. I need to go home. So he was like, okay. So we left. And then, on the drive home, I was like, you know, when like you don't know what to do. So I'm like, do I hang out the window? Because I actually feel like not just I feel nauseous, like I actually am worried that
that's probably because that's probably why I mentioned to me, are you all right?
That's what Liam started off with. Like, as we left and driving up the road, he's like, are you all right? And I'm like, Yeah, I can't even talk, you know, we're just like, huh. And then as we like carried on, then I just was getting more, and I was starting to panic, like, because I was like, am I going to faint? What do I do with myself? And then he was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm not okay. And then he was like, trying to rush home. And then the car's like making you feel worse. And then we pulled up outside, and by that point my hands had clumped up. Which, like, for those of you this hasn't happened to, like, fully clamped hands. I cannot separate my fingers at this point. Now,
go back however many years.
So how old were you when your appendix burst?
I was 11.
Yeah, so obviously being kids, you must have told me this story when we were like 14, that when your appendix bursts, and obviously when you get to the point where it actually bursts, poison is going through your body and it's super urgent, you get rushed in, and you told me your hands clamped up. So that's always stuck in my head, always been in my head, that your hands clamped. So yeah, I remember even random times being at college, like Liam moaning about his appendix, and I'm like, well, if your hands clamp up, you know, you get serious, you need to get to hospital. So this has always been in my head, yeah. And then God, a couple of years ago I was working, it was summer, super hot, I was queuing in a bank for work, and I started to feel the same thing, really dizzy, really lightheaded. Went outside, sat on the curb, really not feeling good, don't want to be outside, so I'll come back inside. And then the same thing happened, my hands clamped up. And I'm sat on this chair, and again, I'm starting to be like, what do I do with myself? I'm by myself in a bank full of about 50 people, and my hands clamped up. So I'm trying to message Liam, like, I think I'm having a stroke. Like, my chest hurts, like, my hands are clamped up, and like fully panicking, like, what is, like, genuinely thought I was dying, like. And this woman come over, and this Guardia Civil man come over. This Guardia Civil man come over, he sat down. She, I think she had wipes in her bag, so she put some wipes on my back. She gave me a sweet. She was like, suck on the sweet. And the Guardia Civil man was like, do you know what's happening to you? I was like, no. Please tell me, because I just feel like I'm dying. He was like, you're having a panic attack. And I was like, okay.
You know what's happening to you.
No. So then he told me I'm having a panic attack, and I'd message Liam like help. I couldn't even type, and he's trying to call me. They called an ambulance, and anyway, Liam pulled up to the bank as the ambulance arrived, and then I went to the little Torrevieja Central Saloon thing.
So basically, it's hyperventilating, Bill. Your appendix hasn't burst.
Well, you never told me that your hands clamped because you were hyperventilating. You told me that it was because of your appendix.
I must have missed that bit.
In my head, I thought that was the poison in your body, then that's why. So actually, in that moment, I thought, oh, fuck, maybe I need to go to the hospital. There's poison, I'm dying, my hands are clamped. So anyway, then I clocked the two together. My hands clamped because I was on the verge of a panic attack. So then the same thing was in my head here, like, then I think I was hot and dizzy and I was going to pass out. But this was obviously, I was really ill. I had the body aches, like, and not just body aches from flu, but I actually thought my spine was like snapping.
That bad.
It was so bad,
weak, and
so
like,
intense, weak, to the point that as we pulled up outside the house, I'm literally like, I feel like my vision's gone. Liam's left the baby in the car and he's walking me to the front door because he's like, you actually don't look like you'd make it. And he was like, mate, do I take you to the hospital? Do I take you home? The baby's in the car. Casey's about to finish summer school. What do I do with you? What do I do? Who do I choose? He's like, who do I choose to save? So he was flapping like, do you need to go to the hospital? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, like, can't even talk. So I ended up, he walked me to the shower and I just got in the shower with my clothes on. Literally just like shower, and then I just for about 10 minutes just stood there like trying to unclamp my hands, like trying not to faint, and then I just collapsed in bed. And
that's bad, actually.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
All day then I was just like, yeah, tablets, hot water bottle, like
water bottle.
Well, because of the pain in my back.
Oh yeah,
from like the muscle ache. Well, exactly. It's hot. The last thing I want is a hot water bottle, but like the muscle pain was so intense, like almost like having contraction, like it was that bad.
God, that does sound.
And then I just collapsed in bed and didn't move for a few hours, and then the next day it just felt like a little bit like flu, and then I was fine. But yeah, it was touch and go for a minute.
God. Appendix. Do you take vitamins yet, though? Have you had them through? Have you had anything through? I can't remember what you said you had through.
Yeah,
I was just thinking. Vitamins.
So I've got my tablets. So I've got my brain focus gummies, which, like I say, for the last week with all of what's going on, I've just been off of it. But yeah, I've got my gummies. I did start taking the gummies. To be fair, they're in the fridge, and Liam's the one that's like, take it. Yeah. You pay for them. You take it. And then the other one I haven't, but they're my digestive ones. But I've took them a couple of times, and they're much easier, much smaller, very easy to take compared to the other ones that I had. So
and they work. They obviously still help.
Yeah, they must be helping. So I'm going to get back on to making sure I take them every day. But my natural deodorant never arrived, so I messaged them, and to be fair, instantly they were like, "Oh, sorry about that. That should have arrived by now. I've literally sent you out another one, but that's been about a week now, so I need to chase that up." So. Everything else has always arrived. This just one thing hasn't.
Yeah.
So now I can't give you feedback on the natural deodorant yet. But yeah, I've got started taking the other stuff, which we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's obviously why the second week we had off was because recovering from my appendix. and you was here as well.
I wouldn't have been no help in that situation. I would just laugh. No, actually, I would have been scared. Actually,
well, Liam said
just the way you're explaining it,
looked so ill. Yeah. I actually thought maybe I should take it straight to the hospital
because we all do it. You know, when you just don't know what to do with yourself.
Huffing and puffing because it's like you feel like you're about to be sick, but
and someone talks to you, you can't talk back.
No,
are you okay?
That's what he was. By the end of it, he's like, "Are you okay? Like, am I taking you to the hospital?" And I'm like, "Oh, no." Like that's all he got out of me, to be fair. But that was rough.
And so you went to work away.
Yeah. So then. Yeah, by the time I got over that...
I was you recovered, then I recovered, and then you was...
Yeah, so that was Thursday. I was really ill Friday, and then the weekend, like I say, I was not completely right off, but I was just getting over it. And then Tuesday, I went to Majorca. Tuesday and Wednesday, I was in Majorca.
It looked nice.
Yeah, I love my little trips to Majorca. I used to do it probably every 4 to 6 weeks, like... pre-pregnancy and then kind of when I got pregnant and we had so much going on the mainland for like growth of the company and stuff, I ended up passing over my responsibility for Majorca to someone else so I could stay in focus. Just a coincidence I was pregnant, but we had lots going on, and then being off and then going back and stuff. So yeah, it's been a while
to try to just check everything as it should be there.
Yeah, so
in person
we've got 2 people there now. So originally I went over to interview. We recruited a lady there, and then, I was there to support her. So I was going over to help the growth and the development when we first kind of started off in Majorca. And then, yeah, she's done really well. She's grown. We've got more presence there. Then we hired another person. And then obviously now my role's changed a bit, but instead of kind of being in charge of this area and Majorca for like sales and numbers, obviously now my role's to support in training and development for all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm still involved in working with them. So I went over, I spent a day with one of them, the next day with the other one, which was really nice because, even though it's pure work, literally, like, I think I got up at 6 a.m, left here at 7, was on a flight, landed by like 9:30, 10 o'clock, did a whole day's work. I literally did a whole day's work with one of them, got back to the hotel, interviewed someone else online, showered, got changed, and went for dinner.
Wow.
Which, dinner's obviously like a bit personal, like it's nice with the ladies, but we are generally all talking about work.
I was going to say it is, but you're still there.
Still, yeah, exactly. And it's a full-on day because it's like, it's not just, 9 to 5. It was like
whenever
7 till 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then the next day I was with the other one, and we were like strategizing plans and, putting things in place and ideas and getting systems and processes and fine-tuning stuff, which was really nice because the first day it was like out doing meetings and like with someone and supporting them that way, and then the other one was like all the background stuff, which is fun.
What's the plan going forward, kind of
yeah
thing.
Exactly. So it was like 2 very different days, but no, it's really fun. Like I say, I love it. It's it feels like a bit of me time, even though it's work, and it is like full-on work.
But this role that you do in this company as well, it's what you thrive in anyway, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You're so specialised in it that you love it. You love your job. Well, do you get what I mean? And it's like weird saying it, but it is. It's
true. It's true. And even the second day when I was with one of them, when we were strategizing, like she's got a new big account, and obviously it's her first time like managing a really big account, so she's done really well. Like I think we're about 4 or 5 months into it. So then it was like, right, what's the next plans? How are we going to take it to the next level? And then helping her with like organisation and planning and prepping like in the background. And then I was like, right, so first thing, well, we could do this, we could do that. And then she was like, are you excited?
So
I was like, I'm so excited. And then I was buzzing, and I had to like check myself. I was like, oh, I'm in like a workspace, like you need to be a bit quiet.
Oh, that's brilliant.
But I was like that, and to be fair, she was like, because obviously I've not been there because she's more experienced, and a lot of my first 6 months in this role has been with people that are, recently joined us, less experienced, like only maybe been with us a year, and she's been with us a couple. I've not really worked that closely with her yet. So she was like really happy that obviously I was back, and she had that feedback and that time to strategize, use my experience and stuff, and she felt like excited as well.
Yeah, it's good.
But yeah, we were like bouncing off each other. So yeah, no, it was really nice. And I like traveling by myself, maybe because it's easy. If I was doing a longer flight, it'd be different, but like going to the airport, getting myself like something little to eat, and then sitting on the flight 50 minutes, so it's like listen to a podcast and stuff, then checking into my hotel. The hotel sleeps it's hit and miss, because again, like when I'm actually in there, I put a chair up against the door, the balcony door, like if someone tries to get in it, I'll hear the chair move. Then I put like the little stands that they give you to put your like suitcase. I put that up against the front door. I left the bathroom light on, so I'm not the best at being, wow, we've had partners since we were 16. I've never, for more than half my life now, I've not really slept by myself. So yeah, I do get a bit nervous even in the hotels, and I'm not staying in rough places. They're generally like 4-star hotels.
It's just because what we're used to,
but I still can't fully relax.
It's because what we're used to, definitely.
I was sometimes I don't have the best sleeps, but no, it's nice.
It's a nice
like
going
trip, out for a meal, having a nice meal, and like Majorca, especially when you're with people that like live there, it's like we go to nice places, we go to like a bit posh place, not posh, but like nice vibes.
Because they know the nice places because they live there. You know what I mean? It's literally knowing.
Well, it's just the way things are decorated. Places, everything's just pretty, and like the co-working space we went to for the second day was this like vegan cafe place, which was like nice because it's, I say weird and wonderful things that I would never eat.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed. And like, just the way it's decorated, really like not girly, but like just like very boho, like cute, artsy, creative-y spaces.
Bit more like city-ish, but it's not. Don't see it
because we just don't really have much like stuff like that around here. So
we have had a busy couple of weeks, haven't we? So next week with
summer school started.
I'm still not in the summer mode or whatever you want to call it, because I am not feeling So the first week after school, that was the hard bit. That was like, oh, where are we? Because there was no routine.
There was no summer school for that week.
Exactly. So then, there was for mine, but I just didn't put them in.
Right.
So then I started mine to have like a month of July kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so that started, first week was fine. I was fine. It was more routine and da-da-da-da. And then I realised, no, I'm not any more energetic than I was at the beginning. The kids are fine. How they go out and do all that in the heat and not the heat, and they do, swimming to tennis to football to dancing to whatever they do.
Yeah.
So then come home, eat lunch. Oh, what are we doing now? Huh? Nothing. It's 40 degrees outside. I'm not moving. That's how I feel. Like, I just don't want to do anything. And then I still feel lazy with myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I'm talking about it more. More people are like,
everyone feels the same.
Everyone feels the same. It does make me feel a little bit better and not as lazy.
I think it's our generation thing, because I saw something the other day and it said that it's a response to trauma that and I think it's just the work ethic and the way that we've been brought up. We see rest as a reward. Not actually something that you need to continue.
Eat, drink,
sleep. Exactly. Like, you don't have to operate and do all of this before you're allowed to treat yourself to rest. It should be something that you do regularly to recover.
As like you need a drink of water kind of thing.
And it is like, if you're sat there and you genuinely have no energy to do anything and you're looking around and I'm like, so bad, I should do this. Or like the worst thing is with the baby naps. Because he's quite full on and he's quite hard to do things when he's awake, I feel like I should use all his naps to do all the things. Yeah. And then
rather than
when he's awake, he's not hard work, but like he's physical. Like, you're after him and you're keeping an eye on, you're
giving the attention, mate.
Yeah, exactly. And then when he naps, it's like, God, I need to sit down.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, you should clean the house and you should clean the bathroom, you should do the dishwasher.
Time, Billy.
I know, but it's
that's how
I used to make myself feel bad, but now I don't.
No,
it's like, even with doing the podcast is great, and obviously starting the coaching things on the side, I haven't really put loads of time and effort into the coaching thing because it's literally been at the same time I've gone back to work. Yes. So it's like, look, let me just get my routine for work. Let me get my routine for now having a toddler-ish, one. And it's summer, like, you just don't have that same level of energy and motivation.
And right now, you don't need that pressure. Sometimes you do need that pressure yourself to get things done and do it and da-da-da. Yeah. But I just feel that right now, everyone just
giving myself grace.
Just take in literally the Spanish culture, which is pull your shutters down so the sun and the heat don't come in. Have a siesta because you're still up in the morning and you're still up at night. That's why they have a siesta.
Yeah, no? It makes sense heat. Now. Like when you're like,
what
all this mañana stuff is like, because have you tried to work in this bloody heat?
Yeah, and the whole thing of, oh God, I don't think I could sit in the dark. Obviously, you're not sitting in the dark, but in my head, I was like, because we're used to, as I don't know, is our culture? Sun's out. Shutters up, windows open.
Because you don't have sun very often.
Exactly. So, but no, because it's 40-degree air as well. Like, not just that. It's not even. There's
and I think that's what's been the trouble this year, is that it's got hot quick. June's never been that hot. It's the hottest June since records began. So it is a bit out there, and we've had like this class of heat wave. But the air is hot.
Even England. England has been heat waved.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly. So if they're struggling and we're 10 degrees hotter than them,
that was me on South End with an ice cream. Like, it's blooming, you know what I mean? Like on a beach.
It feels like a hairdryer heat. Like the air
that is
hot.
how it feels. That is how it feels. So I've now...
If there's air, because it doesn't feel like there is even air at the moment.
So I now have completely... take back everything I used to say when I slagged them off about being in dark houses, boring, miserable, and siestas and all that. No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. Okay.
To the point that like I keep going like, oh, should we do that? Oh no,
that's me. That is me. And I just need to just.
Although yesterday I did, the baby was whinging. He's getting to the point where we're trying to drop that nap and keep him awake, and that kind of between 5 and 7 is that kind of what they call it, the witching hour.
I was going to say danger hour. Yeah, it's a danger nap.
It's danger nap, but also like just when he's just in not a great mood.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, let's go. And Kaysen has been at summer school all day, so it didn't really have to make him get up and go up. But we did. We jumped in the car, picked up my niece on the way, and we just went down Cabaroig for a walk, which was a little bit breezy, but it was hot.
Yeah.
Went to the park. Parks in the sun is bloody hot, isn't it? Yeah. So like a bit pointless.
Because that's what I mean. The sun doesn't even go in till 9:30. and that's fine. The sun goes in, but it's not any cooler.
No.
You know, that doesn't mean
you
that
can't
it's
even
cooler.
escape it. That's what I've said.
Yeah.
Like walking Kaysen to summer school, because it's like we can literally walk to it, which is nice. We were 5 minutes early, so we went the long way round to it. My back was dripping with sweat at 9:30 in the morning because it's nearly over 30 degrees at that time in the morning. So June at least, we would be able to do things early or things late.
We don't have any of that in the minute.
No.
And yeah, it is. Sometimes if you're out in it and you're in it, you're in it and you're kind of in it and you're already in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we walked, we went and we grabbed a McDonald's for like,
I feel like
dinner.
where I'm going to work and being in the cool and and then coming out and I'm like, oh my God, it's so hot. Then getting in the house, I'm like, I'm not leaving this house now. You know, it's a bit like that. I think if I got up in the morning, I don't know, say we're going to the beach, let's just say.
Yeah.
And everything was packed, we're going and you're in it and you're in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're in it for the day, every night, or water park or wherever you go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's easier to...
But daily, at the minute, where we're doing work and obviously yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. I've even started watching tennis.
What, Wimbledon?
Yeah. I know. Lex even called me pathetic. She did. Pathetic tennis. It's actually quite good when you get into it. But that's me. That's making a point of me because I don't sit down at home. If I just sit down, put that on and you watch that and then the matches are lost so long on tennis. You're there for ages. You know, because I want to know who wins. I'm there for ages. Like, ooh.
Yeah, no, it's tough. Like the heat does make you not want to do anything. So yeah, you know, in my head I'm like, oh, I keep seeing everyone going everywhere, doing everything every day. Like I should do more. And then I'm like, why force yourself to go out to not enjoy it?
No, we do stuff. We're fine. Everyone's happy.
So yeah, like I said,
don't put that pressure.
We've been doing the same thing, like summer school, working, chilling in the aircon. Because like say with the baby as well, it's like.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine because he's on you as well, or he's not. Walking, he wants to be down. He wants to be doing stuff, and he can't. And it's
that's the age anyway, because he's very heavy to hold, but then he doesn't want to be held. But then he's literally crawling everywhere because he can't walk yet. So it's like
I mean, even when you're holding him, he's not just like there, like that,
because he's
more climbing up you, and he wants to get here and he wants to get there. And
so yeah,
he's
even like
down.
Going for a pram walk and stuff in the evenings is fine, but yeah, not really wanting to go anywhere else.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Anywhere.
I'm out of them ages, aren't I? But, but yeah, mine kind of know now. That them hours in between, we just when they come back from summer school, if we're doing something later, it could be something like we could be going to the fair, or it could be just a walk along the canal, or we'll go to walk to the beach. Do you know what I mean? It won't be because it's a lot, you know, energy and financially to try and keep them.
I'd like to say I'm just not pushing myself to do much.
Yeah, and there's a lot of traffic around at the minute. I'm not usually one to go around.
I've barely been out.
Well, I think me and you have actually drove out today. We didn't go together, but we had to drive out.
We did.
And we've just realised that all these things that are getting built and
that's like before recording, didn't we? So obviously, generally working from home, but I've been in Majorca and I've actually been out like locally with 3 different people last week. I went out every day.
Woo, well done, Bill.
And I was like, oh. But yeah, I went to Majorca I had to go sort some paperwork out on our Fridays, like say, never end up having a Friday to myself, always fill it with stuff.
Always.
But yeah, I sat in traffic. It took me like nearly an hour to get somewhere that's 20 minutes down the road. I couldn't believe the traffic.
It's long.
And then luckily I was in and I was out, but then there was traffic coming back and then what's that huge building?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know there was a new Chinese out and another Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I found a Pilates place. Great.
All on your one drive.
Because I normally have to drive half an hour up the road to go to the Reformer Pilates. I found one and it's half the price.
Yeah, we'll have to give that a little go.
I'm definitely going to give that a go.
Well, I've never done it.
We're not doing dance anymore.
I would like to try it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do it, especially with those prices. It's so reasonable.
I'm not good with stuff like that though, am I? Just the thought of it for me is a bit like... It's a bit
but that's because you're not an exercise person.
No.
But then,
well, I think
I don't enjoy. Well,
you enjoy.
I don't enjoy.
You wouldn't go.
I don't mind going to a gym randomly. Like every now and then, pre-kids, I would do stuff with Liam.
Oh, okay,
but I didn't enjoy it enough to do it regularly. Whereas
it didn't give you that to get up in the morning.
No, whereas these classes is the only thing that I found that I actually genuinely enjoy and I
stuck with.
I did
And that was a long
for a
way
long
to go
time.
to.
Yeah, half an hour drive there, half an hour back, hour class. So it'd take me 2 hours to go and do it. So yeah, pre-Hayden and then after Hayden, I did go through stints where I was going for like, maybe 8 months or something, quite consistently every week. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get back into it now. It's 10 minutes down the road if the class is good. The place looks nice. They've got quite a lot of beds.
But is it all the gear?
It's just, I actually found that these people only opened in April, according to their Instagram, but they've had a place for 2 years in Guatemala.
Oh, there you go then.
So they must know what they're doing.
I did think a patient mentioned it to me, and I did take all the details to tell you, but I probably forgot. You know what I'm like? Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. So we will try it.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You will. I'll try.
Oh, I'll definitely go.
If you like
you tag along or not.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll try. I'll always try and support. Okay. Yeah. So that was a busy week. So we have been away. But we're back.
We're back into it.
And then I've I'll let you know next week because my boy's 18, and I've got my nephew over at the minute. So he's flew for the first time on his own.
Oh.
Yeah, he's turned 16, so he flew on his own. Harrison. So yeah, he's over, which is lovely. But at the same time, it's that he's 16. Mason's obviously nearly 8. Well, he is 18, if you want to put it that way.
It's only 2 years.
I know.
That age is a big gap.
difference. And I don't mean of how they behave or anything like that. It's nothing. I just mean how I parent them. Yeah. If that makes sense. I don't mean I'm going to treat them any different, but obviously I still feel that they should have a time to come home because he is at an age and I'm responsible for him. He's not my child. Yeah. Even if he's my nephew, he's not my child. Do you know what I mean?
So you're at a point with Mason where you don't really tell him what time he has to be in?
I don't, because I don't really need to. He doesn't really go out. He does go out, obviously, but at the minute he goes to work. He's actually took a week off. So he took a week off work, to have that time with his cousin. And at the same time, there's a boy, Irish boy, Cahal, who comes over every year. And he's over as well. So they've all made plans together to do stuff, which is lovely. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so they went the go-karts, and then they went the KM place or whatever it is. I don't know. They went out somewhere. And so it was more like, okay, well, just be careful and and what time are you going to be home and don't be late. And Mason's like, what's late? And I'm like, I don't know what to reply. You know what I mean? Because really, you do what you want in a way, but to be fair, Mason does everything with respect anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It'd be a bit different if, he really tested.
Yeah, he doesn't go out and drink or anything like that. So he's not becoming home 5, 6 in the morning, smashed out of his head. 18-year-old, if you know what I mean. He's not like that, We've been there, done all that. No, but yeah, so it was just that of, I don't want to feel that to my nephew that I'm like parenting him, if you know what I mean, because he's a young man.
He's still 16 and
but also how
in your care, so there has to be something.
I'm just like, just don't be too late, okay? I didn't even answer it, just don't be too late, okay? When Spain's late, they didn't even go out till 10:15. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like it is a hard one, but no, that's just me overthinking it. They have no idea.
So what do you do with Mason now? Like, because he's still your child, he's still living in your house, he's still got siblings, like. Do you feel like you're still parenting him?
I would. Like... I think that would come as an instinct as forever, in a way, of that feeling of even just advice, because you know what I mean. But
I think advice has always be there, but how
telling someone what
now
to do?
Are you actually like, no, this is, you have to do what I say?
I think I've always done it for a couple of years anyway, and kind of hoped that he would make the right decisions for himself, if that makes sense. But then, when he was a bit younger, when he'd maybe made a decision that wasn't very good, I'd be like, nah, you ain't doing that, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So no, you can make your mistakes, but I know this is going to be a complete failure, so we're going to stop it before it was even started, kind of thing. But obviously, I want him. He's a man. He's a young man now. So you want him to. You don't want to be a drip because mummy said this and mummy said that,
that
kind
just
of thing.
Physically can't ever make any decisions without you.
Exactly, and I don't want that, but I also want to keep the side of that. I'm his mum, and
you don't want him to be so independent that he's almost like a lodger.
I don't think they would, because I think we are as close unit family anyway, and the way he is, and no matter like wherever when he comes into somewhere, he gives me a hug and a kiss, and when he goes somewhere, that kind of a thing. That's how he is, and. Mm-hmm. always says love you at the end of a call. Like, just that's just how we are.
Yeah.
And he tells me a lot. I mean, like I said to you earlier, Mason's the kind of kid who asks to get in the shower. Like, it's his shower, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's your home, get in the shower kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that's how he is with himself.
So it's easier, I guess, when you have a kid who is just naturally got a good head on his shoulders, is doing the right things, is respectful.
There's something
probably easier.
There's some things that I've had to say, you know, whether it's, even if it's the way, I could be exaggerating again, you know, when I say I over explain stuff, that sometimes I feel that he was just a bit more ruder to maybe me or Lexi, and then I'm turning it into, you're rude to women, you know, like that kind of a thing, you know. I'm going into this whole thing as well, and he's got a girlfriend. I'm like, she's lovely, you know, hope you're not talking to her like this, and you know, like, and he's like, what kind of thing. But it's that he's a young man now, you know, and it's, I hope I've done enough to, you know.
Well, in a way, you probably think like, right, well, I've done my parenting. So like I'm here to support and to still guide, but like the parenting bit's done. But then at the same time, they get into a new stage where they're entering new experiences. It's like they're still navigating a lot of new stuff. Yeah,
I'd say probably the right way to say it. I'd always parent him, if that makes sense, as long as he needs me for certain things. Some things, you're a man, you need to sort of, you know, decide for yourself and whatever that is, you know. But generally, I think the other two are going to be different. So come back to me in another 10 years and I'll let you know. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's going to be the same with my other two.
No, Mason's
still in that generation slightly as well. I know it sounds stupid. He's not, but he's closer to how we was brought up. And I know I've brought the other two up differently. So it's my own fault, really.
And kids, like we said, are just naturally different anyway, even if they have the same parents. Yeah. You know, things are, they're just different. So you are going to have to. Well,
actually, someone asked me about, what was the question? About boys and girls, basically. What do you think was easier to parent? I think that was the question. And initially, I think I said boys, right? But I said, well, actually, it depends on the child, because, you know, Lexi's got the sass and she's got this and she's got that, but she's not a whinger. She's not, you know, she's quite down, chilled and all these things, you know, she didn't need nappies. She didn't, you know, like all. So actually, she was probably the easiest in a way.
Yeah.
But that was because of her personality. Yeah. I don't think that's because she was a girl. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. So because you know when people say about how girls and boys are, and girls are more boys are more affectionate, or in my case, I think they're all three different in that respect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Whereas my mum would have said probably girls are easier.
There you go.
As kids, because they're just a bit more independent.
There you go.
Don't whinge as much.
Yeah.
But then, like I say, I think it's down to. And my brother had major tantrums as a kid, like major tantrums. He would throw himself on the floor, screaming, and like in the shop and stuff. Like,
I don't know which mine. What it could have been Morgan, to be fair. That whole, remember the advert when the kid goes off in the supermarket and then the mum does the same thing, has like a tantrum in the supermarket. I've done that. Literally, it works. It actually works. Well, it did on mine. I mean, if it doesn't, you're just going to look very stupid. But it works. Like full on.
I don't know if I can do that.
No, you've got to full on go for it, because
I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, you've got. I've had a drink before. I'm sure. Just neck the bottle of wine or whatever before and then throw it.
I can imagine it would probably stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, years ago. So I don't know if it could have been Mason to be better, but yeah, no. Going on that question, yeah, it's Mason's. I suppose made it easy. I don't want to give him a big head and whatever.
It's true though. Like if he was a lad that was, you know, experimenting a lot with drinking and coming in late or not messaging you, or, you know, just not keeping you involved in feeling like you know what's going on in their life. And a lot of teenagers do completely go like mysterious, don't they? And they don't.
And I'm sure there is things, but
so I'm sure he'd tell you everything, but I feel like he is quite open, whereas I can imagine a lot of other teenagers aren't, and then it's a lot harder to have trust and know what's going, or they're pushing their boundaries, they're, you know, doing things, and then it'd be struggle to how do you parent a 17-18-year-old who's not on the right path, not making the good decisions? That would be a very difficult.
Who's really against me, I suppose.
Yeah, who thinks you're ruining my life, and
that's probably how I was. Sorry, Mum, actually. Younger, a lot younger than that, but yeah. No, he does. He makes. I have to admit, he does. Not all the time. Sometimes he does my head in, and some things.
Kids aren't perfect, but no, I even think the same with Kaysen. Like, he's getting to an age now where I find he's a bit more difficult, and like, obviously, because I feel like now's the parenting lesson, whereas before it was like discipline. Now here comes the lessons and the conversation.
Yeah.
But he was so easy, whereas I feel like Hayden's going to tantrum, and I'm going to have to
pull you.
Have to discipline and do things in a different way, whereas Kaysen I didn't really have to. So
it's strange, isn't it?
It's hard, and like say too. And I used to laugh when people are like, oh, second child syndrome, and I'm like, that won't be me, because I'm going to do things exactly the same, or I know, I'm going to do things the way I did it before, or whatever.
I think even if you do and you don't, obviously I actually thought I had parented mine the same, which I suppose I have, but we've spoke about this before with how the world is, and how you do parent differently.
Yeah.
So I have probably parent differently to each three of mine. You know what I mean? In a way of the way things have gone in life, whether that's me at home or the world outside or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think anyone can parent the same, because you're a different person. Yeah. Your kids are different people. Like, some are sensitive, some are not. Like, there's no way you can parent two kids exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Even if you have twins at the same age, you don't treat them.
That's it. That's where I see my nephew and Mason as the same, but they're not. And it's only a small thing, but it's just made me think, actually, I don't want to just go and do what you want, boys. You're on holiday.
Yeah.
I still want that. Right. Let me know exactly that. Check it. Have fun but be safe. That's probably that's all I ever say to Mason. Have fun but be safe. Have fun but be safe.
I did see a parenting thing actually, because Liam does like, be careful, like obviously with them being small and stuff, and I'm like, I read or heard that telling kids to be careful is pointless because they don't know what you're telling them to be careful about. Say, mind the corner of that table, don't stand on the sofa. Like, tell them what it is, because be careful is useless.
Well, be careful. You go, I told you that was going to happen. You didn't. You said be careful.
So exactly. Yeah. So you might want to say a bit more than be safe. Be safe of what, Mum?
No, because the way I
you probably over-explained everything by now. You don't.
That's enough. That's almost all.
He doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, exactly that. No, that's it.
Right. Well, I think we'll stop there.
Yeah.
We probably could keep going, but I think that's a lot to catch up on for 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, we've got loads more, but like you say, we'll come back.
We'll
for sure. And we're getting together the weekend, both weekends.
I know, we actually have plans.
We have.
So,
and I've got an 18 and 16-year-old to sit with at home.
Yeah. So everyone's at mine tomorrow. We're at a friend of ours next Saturday. You've got 18th in the middle.
Yes, I have. Okay. Yeah, I have.
Right, we'll let you know how it goes, guys.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Happy summer.